Have you ever heard that apple cider vinegar is the secret to better digestion, weight loss, or even lower blood sugar? You're not alone. Millions of people over the age of 50 have added it to their daily routine, often with the best of intentions. But what if I told you that for many, apple cider vinegar could actually be doing more harm than good, especially when it's used the wrong way? Welcome to Elder's Insight, the place where we slow down, tune in, and explore the kind of wisdom that only comes with time. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving into something simple, familiar, and widely misunderstood: apple cider vinegar. That bottle sitting on your kitchen shelf might seem harmless or even helpful, but depending on how you're using it, it might be irritating your gut, damaging your teeth, or interfering with your medication. In this episode, we'll unpack what apple cider vinegar actually is, how it works inside the body, the 6 most common mistakes people over 50 often make when using it, and most importantly, how to use it safely and effectively, so you can truly benefit from it without putting your health at risk. So if you've been using apple cider vinegar every day, or you're just thinking about starting, this conversation is for you. Stay with me. Let's walk through it together. Understanding apple cider vinegar. Before we delve into the common mistakes, let's take a moment to understand exactly what apple cider vinegar is and why so many people believe it's good for your health. Apple cider vinegar starts off as something very simple: apple juice. The apples are crushed and the juice is extracted. Then, through a process called fermentation, the natural sugars in that juice are turned into alcohol. After that, specific bacteria are added, converting the alcohol into what's called acetic acid. That acetic acid gives vinegar its strong sour taste and many of its known health effects. The final liquid is usually golden brown and slightly cloudy. If you buy the raw, unfiltered kind, you'll often see strands floating inside. That cloudy material is called the mother, made up of proteins, enzymes, and friendly bacteria, probiotics, that may offer added health benefits. People use apple cider vinegar for a wide range of reasons. Some use it to improve digestion, others take it to help control blood sugar or to feel fuller after meals, hoping it might help with weight management. It's also been used on the skin, on the scalp, and even as a household cleaner. But here's where things get tricky. Just because something is natural doesn't always mean it's safe or effective for everybody, especially as we age. Our digestive systems change, our medications increase, and our tolerance for acidity may become lower. That's why it's so important to understand how apple cider vinegar actually works in the body and what can go wrong when it's not used properly. 6 common mistakes with apple cider vinegar. In this part of the episode, I'll walk you through 6 common mistakes that many older adults make when using apple cider vinegar. Mistakes that may be quietly harming your gut, your teeth, or even your heart health. Mistake number 1: taking apple cider vinegar on an empty stomach without diluting it. This is by far one of the most common mistakes people make. You might have heard that taking apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning before anything else will help with digestion, bloating, or even weight loss. But here's the problem. Apple cider vinegar is highly acidic. When it hits your empty stomach at full strength, it can irritate the lining of your esophagus and stomach wall. You may not feel it the first few times, but over time, this habit can cause acid reflux, heartburn, or a burning sensation in your throat or chest. Some people even report nausea or stomach pain shortly after drinking it this way. Imagine pouring vinegar onto a bare surface. It sizzles, it stings. If that surface is already delicate, like your stomach lining, it can lead to real discomfort or even damage. I remember hearing from a viewer named Linda. She was 62 years old and had been taking apple cider vinegar straight first thing in the morning every day for 3 months. She thought she was doing everything right. But soon she started to feel sharp pain in her chest, trouble swallowing, and even hoarseness in her voice. Her doctor told her the acid had been irritating her esophagus. Once she started diluting it with water and drinking it after breakfast, those symptoms slowly went away. The better approach. If you're going to use apple cider vinegar, always dilute it. Mix 1 to 2 teaspoons in a full glass of water, at least 8 ounces. You can even add a bit of honey or lemon if the taste is too sharp. And most importantly, don't take it on an empty stomach. Have it after a small meal or with food so your stomach isn't left defenseless. Your digestive system has supported you for decades. Let's be gentle with it. Mistake number 2. Taking too much too often. Here's another common trap. Thinking that if a little bit is good, more must be better. Some people start with 1 teaspoon a day, but then bump it up to 2 tablespoons, or even more, thinking it will speed up the benefits, whether that's weight loss, blood sugar control, or digestion. But apple cider vinegar is not a magic potion. When taken in large amounts, especially multiple times a day, it can actually create new problems. One of the biggest concerns is how it affects your body's electrolyte balance. Taking too much vinegar over time can lower your potassium levels, which may lead to fatigue, muscle weakness, or even heart rhythm changes, especially if you're already taking certain medications, like diuretics or blood pressure drugs. Another issue is its effect on tooth enamel. Vinegar is acidic, and sipping large amounts throughout the day, even when diluted, can slowly wear down the protective layer on your teeth, making them more sensitive and more prone to decay. Let's not forget how it affects digestion. While apple cider vinegar can help slow the rate at which your stomach empties, which may help you feel fuller longer, that same effect can be dangerous for people with diabetes or gastroparesis. It can delay the absorption of medications or cause bloating and discomfort. So how much is too much? The general recommendation is to start with 1 teaspoon per day, diluted in water. You can increase to 2 teaspoons if your body tolerates it well. But more than that, especially multiple times per day, that's where risk starts to outweigh benefit. I want to say this gently but clearly. More is not always better. Especially after the age of 50, our bodies become more sensitive to changes in acid, blood sugar, and electrolyte balance. Respect your body's rhythm. You're not in a race. Mistake number 3, expecting it to fix everything. Now let's talk about something I call wellness wishful thinking. You've probably seen videos or articles online claiming that apple cider vinegar can help with just about everything. Weight loss, digestion, high blood pressure, arthritis, skin problems, joint pain, and more. It's easy to believe these claims, especially when they come from people who look healthy or have a big social media following. But here's the truth. Apple cider vinegar is not a miracle cure. Yes, it has some scientifically supported benefits. Studies have shown that it may help with blood sugar control, particularly after meals, and that it may help promote satiety, which could aid in eating less. It also has mild antibacterial and antioxidant properties. But it is not a replacement for your medications. It is not a cure for arthritis. It is not a substitute for healthy meals, movement, or mindful living. And it is certainly not a get-thin-quick solution. Many people, especially older adults, are understandably looking for something simple, affordable, and natural to improve their health. While I fully support using natural tools when appropriate, I also believe in honest expectations. I once received a message from Robert, age 70, who said he had been drinking apple cider vinegar daily to lower his blood pressure. He said he had read online that it worked for others and thought he could stop his medication. Unfortunately, he ended up in the emergency room with dangerously high pressure because he stopped his prescription without medical supervision. Robert's story is not unusual. That's why we need to remember that no single remedy replaces professional care, proper nutrition, or the slow and steady work of daily health habits. Think of apple cider vinegar as a small helper, not a hero. Use it wisely, and it might support your goals. But trust your doctor, your body, and the real science behind long-term health. Mistake number 4, damaging your teeth without realizing it. This next mistake is one that most people never even think about until it's too late, and it has to do with your teeth. Apple cider vinegar is highly acidic. Over time, that acid can quietly erode the enamel, the protective outer layer of your teeth. You might not notice it right away, but slowly, your teeth can become more sensitive, more yellow, and more prone to decay. Some people sip their vinegar mixture slowly throughout the day, thinking they're helping their digestion, but what they're actually doing is bathing their teeth in acid over and over again. Even if you dilute it with water, drinking it without precautions can still wear down your enamel. And here's the hard part. Once enamel is gone, it doesn't grow back. A better way to protect your smile. First, always drink apple cider vinegar with a straw, preferably one that's made of stainless steel or silicone, so it doesn't react with the vinegar. Using a straw helps the liquid bypass most of your teeth and goes straight to the back of your mouth. Second, never brush your teeth immediately after drinking vinegar. It may seem like a good idea, but the acid temporarily softens your enamel, and brushing right away can actually make the damage worse. Instead, rinse your mouth with plain water after drinking, and wait at least 30 minutes before brushing. You've spent a lifetime taking care of your smile. Don't let one small habit undo that. A little protection goes a long way. Mistake number 5, mixing vinegar with medications without medical guidance. Now, this mistake can be far more serious and even dangerous. Many people don't realize that apple cider vinegar can interact with certain medications, especially those commonly prescribed to older adults. If you're taking medications for diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart conditions, you need to be particularly cautious. Apple cider vinegar can lower blood sugar, which might sound like a good thing, but if you're already on insulin or oral medications that also lower blood sugar, the combination can cause your levels to drop too low. This can lead to hypoglycemia, a dangerous condition where your blood sugar drops too low. Symptoms may include dizziness, shaking, sweating, confusion, or even fainting. And as we age, our bodies become less responsive to rapid changes like these, making the consequences more serious. Now let's talk about blood pressure medications. Some studies suggest that apple cider vinegar may have a very mild blood pressure lowering effect. But when combined with prescribed blood pressure medications, especially diuretics or ACE inhibitors, this could result in blood pressure dropping too low, leading to fatigue, blurred vision, or lightheadedness, especially when standing up suddenly. And there's more. If you're taking diuretics like furosemide, Lasix, apple cider vinegar might amplify the loss of potassium in your body. Low potassium, also known as hypokalemia, can cause leg cramps, irregular heartbeat, and serious heart rhythm disturbances in older adults. So what's the lesson here? Always talk to your doctor or pharmacist before adding apple cider vinegar to your daily routine, especially if you're on prescription medications. Bring the bottle with you to your next appointment. Show it to them. Ask clearly, is this safe with my current medications? You're not being annoying, you're being smart. There is no badge of honor for guessing when it comes to your health. Mistake number 6. Using the wrong type of apple cider vinegar. This one often gets overlooked, but is just as important. Not all apple cider vinegars are created equal. If you go to the grocery store, you might see several options. Some are clear, some are cloudy. Some say with the mother, and some don't mention it at all. The clear, filtered apple cider vinegar is often pasteurized and stripped of the natural probiotics, enzymes, and beneficial compounds that give vinegar its health value. It's been processed for shelf life, not for wellness. On the other hand, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother contains tiny strands of proteins, healthy bacteria, and enzymes that are thought to support digestion and gut health. This version looks cloudy, but that's a good sign. It means it hasn't been stripped of its goodness. Now, don't be fooled by gimmicky labels. Look for key phrases like raw and unfiltered, with the mother, and ideally, organic. One of the most trusted brands is Bragg, but many others are good too. Just read the label carefully. Also, check the expiration date and store it in a cool, dark place. It doesn't need refrigeration, but sunlight and heat can reduce its potency. A quick reminder, if you're using apple cider vinegar for cooking, like in salad dressings or marinades, the clear version is fine. But if you're using it for health benefits, like digestion or blood sugar support, stick with raw, unfiltered vinegar with the mother. Final thoughts. Use it, don't abuse. Apple cider vinegar can be a wonderful addition to your wellness routine, especially after 50, but only if you use it with respect, patience, and wisdom. It's not about chasing quick fixes, it's about supporting your body, gently and consistently. So dilute it, time it right, choose quality, pair it with whole foods, and most importantly, stay informed. Because the best health decisions come from understanding, not trends. Did you find this helpful? Give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend over 50 who loves health tips, and subscribe for more natural wellness wisdom. And remember, you're not aging, you're evolving. Stay vibrant, stay curious, and stay kind to your body. Until next time, take care.